And good afternoon, everybody. Tim Baghurst joined by Mitch Braley. Women's final, number 1 versus number 2. Saunders, probably the heavy favorite, having won so many singles titles. Richardson, they play each other here every week almost in these courts at Winnipeg, Manitoba. What can we expect in this match?
Well, like we said, they play each other a ton just throughout the week living in the same city. They played each other at a number of events before. There's been some really hotly contested matches. Richardson's never beaten Jen before. So, I mean, there's a lot of pressure in this moment now. I think it's important for Christine Richardson to get off to a quick start in this match so her confidence remains high. You know, you're playing such a tough, smart, experienced competitor in Saunders, so I think it's going to be important that she just stays aggressive, knows that Saunders is going to be consistent. She's going to make some tough shots, but at the end of the day, she just needs to stick with her game plan and play quality racquetball.
It's been a very consistent tournament where the top seeds, at least 1, 2 in women's, have progressed fairly comfortably. It looks like they're about to start, so we're going to transition over to the court. Just as you're looking, Richardson is in, just waiting to come on the court by the looks of it. Our head referee is Cal Smith. Saunders in the orange, practicing some serves. This is a 1 p.m. start, so players have a couple of minutes to get ready. Mitch, when you're in the position of Saunders, you know, you've got a home crowd. There's some people who've turned out just to watch her. She's been in the newspaper this week in Winnipeg. Any extra pressure, or is this just, I just keep doing what I've always done over the last 20 years?
I think it's just, you know, business as usual for her. She's been here before. She loves this pressure. You know, she's not going to let the, you know, the home crowd, the amount of people here to watch her get to where she's going to pull from the energy. She's going to use that to her advantage. So I think it's going to give her a lot of, you know, focus. She's going to come out here hot. She's eager to win. She wants to play well, of course, but you know, she's been here so many times that I think she's just going to play a fantastic match, and she's going to love doing it in front of her home crowd and in her home city.
So here we go. Richardson in the black, Saunders on the left in the orange. Our official Cal Smith just goes over the routine. We've been here all week. Singles has been preceded by doubles. Let's see how these two get on in this match.
Time it. 0-0-0.
First point for the number 1 seed. Skip called, immediately have an appeal. Both line judges overrule the head official. The value of having line judges, that would have caused some controversy straight away.
Absolutely, and we talked about how Richardson wants to be off to a quick start here, so, you know, 0 serves 1 might seem like an early appeal, but she knows the importance of every point here, especially early on in this match.
Several wet balls today, many yesterday. It's very humid here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Very hot, unusual weather in the southern portion of this province. Smooth hands. I really love how Saunders is aggressive in the middle. Doesn't allow balls to bounce back to the back, takes them early.
It's similar to what we saw with Iwasa yesterday, where he'll cut off balls and it takes time away from your opponent. So Saunders, you know, again, she's so experienced, has such great hands, so she hits really smart shots in there and just always finds a way to put pressure on regardless of where she's at in the court and what shot she's hitting.
Two serving 0. Great jam serve. But Saunders skips it off the back wall.
0-2.
Well, we talked about the fact these two play each other at this club almost weekly. Is this a situation where you try something different, especially if you're Richardson, having never beaten Saunders in this kind of environment?
Not necessarily. I think both of them know what works, where the weaknesses are, what they need to do to be successful. So I think it's going to be a matter of, I know what serves work, what shots, but can I execute them here? Can I do it consistently? And if it does get to the point where they need something different, maybe later on in the match it's the time to change, but I think they'll just stick with what normally works week in and week out.
Smart pass from Saunders. Richardson got to the middle. Another point for the #1 seed. Exactly what she wanted to start this match. She's played really confidently all week, even in doubles where she won that with her partner Frédéric Lambert. Just seems to be playing within herself, very controlled.
She's a prime example of just knowing what you're capable of, not trying to do too much, and just always playing steady and playing smart. And she just hits those down the lines and lanes so well. Another great example of it. Keeps your opponent running, keeps them off balance.
Well, not that time. A little bit lucky from Richardson, but she'll take it. Changing her serve, 0-4. Better from Richardson that time.
Yeah, she looked a little bit more confident there on that shot. It was a good serve, got the weak return, and she put it down with. She's flew the first few shots off the back wall, so it looks like she's going to start settling in here.
But a mistake in the front court. She had every option. The one she didn't want to hit was something that hit the side ball back to the middle.
And we just talked about her settling in here, then she makes that error there. So I think a big part of this for Richardson isn't going to be necessarily hitting winners, but minimizing your errors, whether that be skips or missed opportunities to end the rally where you're flying balls off the back wall, hitting it back to center towards Saunders.
And there's an example, just forcing Saunders into the backcourt and getting the error as a result. We're seeing this lob to the right. Seems that Richardson settled on this for the moment. I think, Mitch, there's the difference between Richardson and Saunders. Richardson on that return went to the ceiling. Saunders would have tried to hit that down the line, been a little bit more aggressive.
And that shows why she's in the service box, was able to get in the service box and has a small lead here, just because she's been playing a little more aggressive, a little more confidently thus far.
1 serving 4. Terrific defense from Richardson to keep it alive. And earns a replay as a result.
1 serves 4.
Richardson will get a replay where Saunders impeded by her opponent. It's a bit scrappy to start this final. You wonder, being on home court, having some family and friends in attendance, a little extra pressure affects the way you swing.
It does for sure. Yeah, Richardson's game is based around a lot of just passes, hitting lanes. She doesn't necessarily kill a lot of balls or finish rallies in that way. So for her to have a little bit more adrenaline, means she's hitting the ball a little bit harder, taking it a little bit higher than she normally does, and she's been flying them off the back wall, which she's going to have to clean up here very quickly just to avoid getting in too much of a hole in this first game.
There's a good drive serve from Saunders, forcing the error from her opponent, 5-1. great example of what you were talking about. Richardson able to keep the ball up, able to keep the ball in play, isn't going to skip very many balls, isn't hitting very low right now.
And Saunders is just too good, especially with balls that are coming straight off the back wall. She loves that shot. She'll re-kill that, almost 100% of the time. She's so good at it. So I think for Richardson to be successful here, she's going to have to mix in a lot more cross courts, angles, wraps, really spin Saunders around. Don't give her anything easy off the back wall.
That's a nice touch in the middle of the court.
Yeah, knew she didn't have to hit it too hard and had Saunders deep. It's only about a foot high and gets the point.
Smart from Saunders, letting the ball come down, pushing Richardson over to the right, opening the whole court for a side out 6-2. Well, you can see Richardson frustrated with herself. Why am I hitting it so high off that return? Exactly what Saunders wants from that drive serve.
She's getting the return she needs, and then she's finishing on the third shot, or at least she's just putting a lot of pressure on and keeping Richardson off balance, and she's not able to settle in or plant her feet to start shooting herself.
Well, this time it's Richardson who hits a quality return. Switches to a drive Z to the left. And earns a point. Been converting Mitch over to drive Z all week instead of Z. I heard you say Z this morning, by the way. We hope you've enjoyed this coverage of the Canadian National Championships. Smart pass from Saunders down the left side. Side out 7-3. Of course, a reminder, we have one more coming up, the men's final. Very hotly anticipated by everybody here. Murray versus Iwasa. Meanwhile, Saunders, another point. Going very quickly. 13 minutes into this match. Mitch again, exactly where Saunders wants it, right? Up in the encroachment, up in the service box, able to do whatever she wants. Playing very clean right now.
Richardson she hasn't had a lot of variety in her game yet. Every shot she's hit has been, either a down line or a cross court. Not a lot of pinches, which, you want to be sparing with your pinches, but right now Saunders is tracking the ball so cleanly. She knows that most of the shots Richardson's going to hit, even when she's set up, are going to be passes that are going to end up deep in the court. She can play a little further back. She knows that she's probably going to have balls coming off the back wall right now, so she looks so comfortable. There's no pressure on her right now. Richardson needs to mix it up, start hitting some more angles, catch the side wall on those passes, and really force Saunders to move her feet.
Well, we're enjoying this coverage here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. This is the last day. We had 3 days of doubles before moving into singles. A reminder that the positions where these players finish in this tournament, in singles and doubles, as well as the selection events throughout the year, determine which players will attend the World Championships and other international events that Canada is involved in.
Saunders won one of the selection events. The other one prior to that was won by Frederic Lambert. So Saunders looking to win in this tournament 2 out of 3 of our national events.
And my understanding is if Saunders wins this final, with Frederic already qualified for singles and doubles, both of them could potentially play singles and doubles for Canada.
That's correct. I was talking to Saunders this morning about it at breakfast, and she did confirm that that will be the case should she win this match.
She and her partner won doubles earlier this week, Frederic Lambert. Meanwhile, Saunders continuing to stay focused, 11-3. Nothing going right for Richardson at the moment.
No, Saunders seems to have dialed in with that drive Z. It's working well. I don't think she's going to change it. You know, she wants to close with this first game. She's getting the return she wants. And executing.
Just smart racquetball.
13 serves 3.
I'd like to see Richardson slow down Saunders. Right now it just seems like a train with no brakes.
She likes to play at a fairly high tempo, which we saw with Iwasa yesterday too. He likes to get up into the box here. She's getting up there quickly. She's ready to go. Richardson could even put the racket up, take another few seconds between serves.
Little luck from Richardson. Ball kissing the sidewall and sliding down it. Saves a game point, 3-14. Switching back to that lob to the right. Wow. Terrific shot. Very high above the shoulder. Just flat rolled it.
Especially from up front near that encroachment. That's a very difficult shot to do.
Look at that. The first game, 15-3. Saunders almost playing flawless racquetball right now.
She's just in complete control. I think that overhead return we just saw a couple of rounds ago just shows how comfortable she is, how loose she's playing. She's willing to go for that and make a couple, or go for a couple riskier shots because she just knows that even if she misses, she's going to get right back in the box, continue with her game plan, and it's working so far. 15-3 first game. Great showing from Saunders.
Well, if you are Christine Richardson right now, you've lost the first heavily. We've seen swings back and forth, forcing tiebreakers. What do you do differently? What do you change? Because you talked about at the beginning of the match, do what you know, do what you're comfortable with, and then see if that's not working, change something up. Clearly it's not working. What do you do different?
Well, Richardson's been hitting a lot of balls just straight in and off the back wall. So, you know, down line's a good shot in racquetball, so's across court, but all of hers right now are just, it's not a different look for Saunders at all. Every ball has the same trajectory. It's just going straight in and then straight out. It's not hitting a side wall where it might be jamming Saunders, where she has to spin around on it and hit a tougher shot. So even the shots from Richardson that are quality are having that effect mitigated just because it's been the same look for Saunders throughout this entire match. She hasn't seen a lot of pinches. She hasn't had to move, you know, she's moving laterally, but she's not having to do a lot back and forth and cover the whole court. So Richardson really needs to move her around, utilize the entire court, hit some ceiling balls, keep her deep, maybe throw in a few pinches just to keep Saunders thinking maybe it's not a pinch, maybe I have to be watching that front part of the court too.
Well, we've seen wild changes in games this week even, where players have lost the first game heavily and come back and won the second game with the similar score. We'll see if Richardson can do that as we start game number 2. No room around us. Everybody's enjoying this final. Great serve from Richardson. Again, though, Mitch, she had the opportunity, hit it really high.
And she's just contacting the ball high too right now. She does get low, but then when she ends up striking the ball, it's almost straight in line with her chest instead of, you know, and that knee area. And it's causing everything to come off the back wall and give Saunders plenty of setups.
First point for Saunders in game number 2. Christine Richardson stuck on the right side. Saunders buries it down the left. You can see Richardson, she just dominated the middle of the court in that rally.
It was just perfect center court control, which is the goal of any rally, to be hitting it so that you're in the center, you're not moving, and you're just moving your opponent everywhere, and Saunders is doing it fantastically right now.
That's a great effort from Richardson. She hustled, got to the front, forcing Saunders to the right, side out. serving 0. Special guest in attendance, Lynn Ransby, the women's singles champion from 1976. Local, living here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, came out to watch this match. Ooh, redo. Might be worth an appeal, Rip Mitch.
I would think so too. It doesn't look like Richardson's gonna fight for. Maybe she's waiting for later in the match. I'm not sure why she wouldn't be. Normally, that's something I could see her definitely going to the line judges for.
Well, players do have 3 appeals. That might have been worth 1, but she didn't take it. And Saunders, unreturned serve, 4 serving 0. Oh, beautiful hands. Another point.
5, serve 0.
I could be wrong here. I think my numbers are correct that if Saunders wins this, it will be her 21st national title in singles and doubles combined. It's just a staggering record.
It's absolutely unbelievable. It just speaks to her consistency, her durability she's had over the years. I mean, to win that many events and just always find a way to get through and win is you know, just tremendous. So, you know, huge event for her, and everyone's just as special as the last.
Richardson, you can see, raises her hand. Why can't I do that more? She's down 0-7.
0, serve 7.
Wow, Saunders just playing flawless right now.
She has an answer for everything Richardson's thrown at her right now.
Not that time. Side out. Richardson struggling to find a serve. That's a good serve. Unreturned by Saunders. First point for Richardson in game 2.
1, serve 7.
Had a couple of opportunities, needed the second, but another point for Richardson. Well, I think you could hear that. Stay down, says Richardson. She hit that ball really high.
And she had a great rally before that where she hit a couple of wraps and got the set she wanted, so I think she's frustrated knowing. I think she knows what she needs to do. She's just not doing it right now, and that's so frustrating when your mind knows, but your body just doesn't want to agree, doesn't want to cooperate.
Well, I'd like to see her take a timeout here. She's shaking her head. She's getting down on herself. And she's really bleeding points quite quickly. I mean, we've only been playing 24 minutes. And it's 9 serving 2 in game 2. It's a good shot that time. Serve was a little short, came out to the middle.
2, serve 9. Side out. 9, serve 2. Point.
Smart shot.
This is what she's done all match. She didn't do too much with it, didn't risk missing it or skipping it. It was just a perfect floating angle into the deep corner, and Richardson missed it.
Also a good example of you don't always have to hit the ball as hard as you can to be effective.
No, definitely not. And a good placement is just as effective as a few extra miles per hour on the ball.
Point.
Beautiful cross court, came off the back wall. Yet another point.
11-2.
Richardson takes her first time out. It's 11-2. We'll see if she can regroup and get back into this match. And we're back in here at the Canadian National Championships women's final. Saunders 4 points away from this match and the title. She would claim both singles and doubles. Another smart shot by Saunders. It just continues. We will try and have an interview with her if she can close this out. Right now, she's well on course. Mitch, doping controller here, so we'll make it a short interview because I'm sure she's going to be drug tested by Racquetball Canada. Never something you want to do, but you understand why. Might make it a little easier if you're a gold medalist in both singles and doubles.
Oh, certainly. I don't think it's something she minds doing. She knows it's, you know, part of what she has to do as an athlete here, but I think walking away with 2 golds, looking like she's going to have a second gold here, is definitely makes it not as much of a pain.
I like the change up. It was something different. A couple of quick points for Richardson. Three in a row, all from the serve.
5 serves 13.
I think Richardson was just checking. She thought the ball was broken. But look at this, another point earned from an unreturned serve. Where has this been?
I mean, you can't ask for more from the timeout that Richardson took. She just came out. I think she realized the hole she was in. She started swinging more freely on that drive serve, saying, you know what, I might as well get some free points here and just see what happens if I just go for broke on these serves. And she has, and she's run off 4 points, 5 points in a row.
Just quite suddenly it's very flat out here. Everybody's quiet, no talking. Suddenly we've got a game number 2 where it feels like, okay, Richardson's making an effort here. She's coming back. Very short timeout for Saunders. I think she was just trying to break the momentum a little bit and regroup. Very experienced player.
Exactly, that's just smart experience. No, she doesn't need to take the full minute. She doesn't need to, just enough to hopefully get Richardson out of this serving groove she's in right now.
Wow.
8 serves 13.
This is crazy. 6 points in a row unreturned. All from a serve.
Wow.
Suddenly there's talking in the crowd. What's going on here? It was 13-2. Saunders skips one. So Saunders is appealing a wet ball serve. So she doesn't win that appeal. Another point for Richardson.
10 serves 13.
What's going on here? 8 points in a row, just like that for Richardson.
And it looked like she was feeling a little bit down and out there. She took a timeout fairly late, but she's come with so much confidence. She's shooting better on the setup she has had, just like that.
And again, what I really like about what Richardson did there, she didn't go to the ceiling. She attacked it. We talked about in the first game, she was popping the ball up, allowing Saunders to hit yet another shot.
Saunders has been playing too well up until this point. Any setup she's got, even sitting balls that are a little bit shallow, a little bit off the back wall, Saunders has punished her. So she's better off to shoot it. She's executing well now, and it's a fantastic run for her.
But that was loose. Saunders in the middle puts one down. We'll see if the momentum shifts back. 2 points away from this match. Great run from Richardson. Again, aggressive from Saunders, staying in the middle, taking that high, controlling it into the left side. Brings up match point number 1. Saunders skips it. Wow. Groans from around the crowd. Felt that was just a little bit of nerves creeping in.
Even with all the championships we've mentioned, I think still, even with someone of Saunders' experience, you still start thinking about that 15th point and that medal and that finish line, which creeps into the game ever so slightly.
Soft hands from Richardson. Another point. Reminder, she was down 13-2.
Now we've seen these momentum shifts all week long where players lose that first game. They look down and out, they just find a serve. Something in their game shifts a bit. They just start executing their shots and playing with more confidence, and Richardson's been a great example of this.
It's a great serve. And a great shot again, being aggressive in the middle. 13-14. Struggling with that first serve.
Second serve.
Richardson, Saunders, excuse me, puts it down, a little nod of her head. Match point number 2. Let's see if she can take it this time. Opportunity again. Skip ball. You saw Saunders doing a little fist pump, but I think she knew that was down. Tries to slide it to the right, again short.
Second serve.
Opportunity. Wow. It was scrappy, but Saunders ended it with a little bit of class.
And those are the rallies that Richardson needs, is where she was wrapping Saunders around. She made a good shot off of that one, but it's tough to do consistently. So if Richardson can get back in here, we'll tie this up.
Great serve. Saunders has another look. This one's better. Puts it down, cross court. Saunders takes the final 15-13. Claims gold in both singles and doubles. Impressive effort from the local.
Just, a great display. Fantastic game from her. Just a remarkable athlete, and just another, trophy to add to her many others she has. So congratulations to Jen Saunders on a fantastic tournament.
You have to give credit to Richardson, especially in game 2. It just seemed like she was down and out, didn't have a chance. 13-2 down, and just clawed her way back, and suddenly it looked like it could have gone to a tiebreaker.
And you have to think that if Richardson could have forced that tiebreaker, she had all the momentum. She was playing so well. after she was being down, got that run. She was making all of her shots, serving really well. So I think it would have been really tough for Saunders to go into that breaker, seeing how well Richardson was playing and how that momentum shifted when she was so close to the finish line. So great push from Richardson there, and props to Saunders as well to finish that game off, regain her composure, and take this match in 2.
Well, you can see on the court, Kobe Iwasa starting to get warmed up. We are going to try and get an interview with Jen Saunders if we can. And we're going to let the stream run, and hopefully be back with you in a couple minutes. Mitch, thanks as always. Look forward to your contributions in this men's final. It's going to be a great match. But until then, thanks so much for watching. And we're joined by Jen Saunders, winner of both doubles and singles in your home court. Must be quite a feeling.
Yeah, it's the best way to describe it is probably like a dream come true. Not quite the culmination of a career, but a pretty nice way to finish my nationals at the age of 41.
Does that mean that you're done, or is?
Oh no, but I feel like my years are limited, so it's nice to have grabbed another national title, and especially sweet to do it at home.
Yeah, you've also been helping to organize the event, and so you've had a lot on your plate this week. Difficult to try and manage all those and also compete.
It has been difficult. However, my job was more of the preparation, so I spent many, many hours just trying to prepare everything really, really well. And then I had some amazing volunteers who really took on the main roles and really allowed me to just be an athlete. So that was so helpful and great.
You've been playing for many years, and I think this is your 21st title.
22.
22 in Canadian Nationals, which is just incredible.
Yes.
What
Can I mention that I just surpassed Mike Green's record?
Sorry,
I'm sure
Mike.
he's probably listening. Hi, Mike.
What do you attribute to being successful for so many years? Because, you know, players will come on the scene, they'll win for a few years, and then they're done. You've demonstrated that longevity. What do you...
Yeah, probably a love of the sport, first off. Just really enjoying playing. And then just taking pride in playing on the national team and winning national titles has always been really important to me. And just having fun with the game. And I suppose people ask me this, and I don't often think about it, but I have remained relatively injury-free, so I'm sure that's helped me along the way.
So what's next for you? You've obviously finished here, qualified, double qualified for Canada. What does that actually mean for those who aren't from Canada? Try to explain that.
Yeah, so for the first time ever, Racquetball Canada is allowing us to double qualify for our national team. So many of the other countries already do this, but now this particular World Championships, we're going to be allowed to play singles and doubles if we qualified. And Frederic Lambert and I have now double qualified, so our plan is to play doubles together and also both play in the singles draw at the World Championships.
Excellent. Well, we'll be there, of course, for that in August. But for now, Jen, thank you so much for joining us. I know you have some other obligations to look forward to, but congratulations again, and we'll see you in a few months at the World
And we really
Championships.
appreciate you being here doing this.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to go back to the court. You can see Kobe Iwasa, Samuel Murray to play their final. We're going to start that stream here in a couple minutes, and we'll be back with you.